Yeah, so let's start with the vaping crisis. I don't know about y'all, right? And I'm curious. I'm curious to see what everyone has to say on these. I don't vape. I don't vape. I'm happy to say that I am not like a vapor. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do that. You know, nicotine is no longer really a part of my my diet.
Cap.
I might pop a Zyn here and there for fun, for like here and there, here and there. I don't do it too often, but here and there, I might hit one. You know what I mean? But cigarettes, no, I can't. No, can't do cigarettes. Tried one. This is the most disgusting shit ever. I don't. Some people be like, but when you drink and you smoke, like it hits. I could kind of see it because, like, if you drunk as fuck and hit a vape and you get a head bust, I get it. But the cigs, oh nah. Plus they stink. Oh, Lord have mercy. I wish I had the soundboard. I gotta get that. I'm gonna get the soundboard. But yeah, nah, that shit. But I can't lie. I used to vape, but thank God I don't got that no more. So let's check this out. Let's see what's going on with this. The vaping crisis. Let me turn this shit on. Oh, vape. That is crazy. I'm not gonna get into it too much. That's crazy.
Vaping has officially gone too far. Because someone please explain to me what possesses you to get on your knees and act like you're sucking your friends off just to hit a vape, all while on camera. The only other time you see behavior similar to this is when you're dealing with crackheads. Crackheads are probably the only group of people who will compromise or just straight out forsake their dignity just to partake in their drug of choice. And this isn't me making fun of them or anything. They literally can't help it. Their brain has literally changed in a way where they can't survive without the drug. A crackhead will literally lick shit off the floor if it has some drugs.
Let me know if this is like
no
too
exaggeration.
Loud,
and I know some of you guys might think I'm joking or I'm being dramatic, but I'm being so serious.
It's talking about the crackheads. Yeah, no, drug addiction is really sad. I'm low-key an addict myself. I love smoking weed. But nah, this is another level. This is why you can never try like certain shit. Like I would never try like crack or heroin or anything, because this is what it does to people. Niggas will do anything for that shit, bro.
You don't want to know what happened in the rest of that video, but all I'm gonna say is shit went down. Alright, but if you actually do want to see that video, it's gonna be in my Patreon, link in the description. You know, people will swear up and down that they're not addicted.
Uncensored crackhead videos on Patreon is crazy.
Addicted to these less potent drugs like weed or vape, but you take those drugs away from them for a short while and all of a sudden they don't know how to act. They're all manic. I've literally seen people lose their vape, and the way they get so frantic, you would have thought they lost their $1 billion lottery ticket.
Motherfucker, where is it?
Their vape.
Where the is it?
Oh, that's crazy.
I swear to
They're literally shaking a couch upside down. Me yesterday. This is actually really relatable. It be getting to that point. No, because same.
Yeah,
no, but I
bro.
get it. It's always this serious for me. Going literally anywhere without your vape. She's running.
Nah, this is satire.
The out of breath that quick was so real. Relating on being unhealthy at a young age is just insane. And if you really want to get an idea of just how serious and harmful the vaping crisis is, just go to Facebook and type in kids vaping. You'll literally see a bunch of parents posting their kids who fell victim to vapes. They're trying to use their kids as a cautionary tale for other
There's
parents.
definitely like
teenage boys' lungs.
Oh yeah, like this shit is crazy. Yeah, with the vapes, bro. Like there's so much like random shit in it that folks don't even like know about, which is just crazy. And the thing about the vapes too is like you could hit them shits anywhere, anytime, all the time. Like cigarettes, you got to go outside, light one. You know what I mean? But yeah, 4 disposables a week for 3 years. That nigga was vaping all the time. That nigga stopped breathing air. When you really listen and hear, like you read that, 4 disposables a week for 3 years. Like, that's a lot of vape, bro. But yeah, nah,
collapsed after vaping 4 disposables a week for 3 years. The kid is 17. Stop vaping, y'all. My son had to go to the hospital today because he was coughing up blood and had severe chest pain. Brief intermission, y'all. I'm here with an opportunity for y'all to make...
yeah, get your money, bro, but I'm not giving you none. Sorry, bro.
Day. Another kid that was a victim to a lace vape. 13-year-old will never be the same after bullies gave him fentanyl lace.
Fentanyl laced... Yo, what? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm like reading this. Hold up. Shortly after using the vape, Zach was found unconscious by his sister. He experienced a stroke caused by the fentanyl's potency, leaving him hospitalized and in a coma. When he awoke, he faced several challenges. He lost vision in an eye, struggled with seizures, limited use of left arm and one side of his body, now relying on a wheelchair. That's crazy, nigga. Yo. Them little kids, them little bullies, first off, how the fuck did they get fentanyl? Like, where do you even get that from? Second, my nigga, like, I don't know if this is real, but second, like, them niggas gotta go to prison. Nah, that's crazy.
Vape. Zach Corona suffered devastating lifelong effects after being pressured by school bullies to vape a pen laced with fentanyl and marijuana. And it's crazy because on platforms like TikTok or Instagram, you'll see young people promoting or poking fun at drug use. But on Facebook, where you have actual parents, all you see is these devastating pictures and stories. My first vape, 9
Damn, what?
Yeah, we're officially
I took that so serious when I seen it. I'm like, what? I realized.
You know, I always thought that since we're the generation who grew up with like a bunch of TV shows and movies where you had these characters who had bright futures, who get introduced to drugs, and you know, their whole life will end up getting derailed because they turn into crackheads. Or you know those cautionary tale smoking commercials like the lady who had a hole in her throat.
I gotta watch that. Y'all watch Snowfall? That shit look good, bro. I gotta watch that. I haven't been watching like movies and shows. I gotta watch that for sure.
And had a really raspy voice.
I'm married, and I used to be a smoker. I want to give you some tips about getting ready in the morning.
Oh yeah, they don't be airing these no more, bro.
Then when
Damn.
then your head redefined, and now you're ready for the day. I was a cheerleader. I was on the homecoming court. It faced now the 6 teenagers smoking.
Oh my god, bro.
When I was a teenager.
I thought that since we all grew up watching these things,
Yeah,
that we all
they don't
came
air
to
those no more,
understanding
bro.
a consensus
Holy
that we're not gonna
shit.
go down the same path.
Yeah, I remember I used to be seeing those too. Like, yeah, those, if they started airing those again, and instead of being like, oh yeah, I was vaping, I can't talk no more, this is what my voice sound like. Or, and with all these little kids that they was just showing, 15, 13, smoking on these vapes and getting fucked up, that's what they need to be posting. They need to get some testimonials from them kids. I guarantee you that'll stop the vaping hella quick. Vaping straight down.
We're not gonna make the same
Take some
obvious
fucking
mistakes.
puts on that
but I
shit.
guess common sense isn't so common. And the sad part is these kids fell to the same perpetrator that their parents and their grandparents probably fell to. Big tobacco. The smoking industry has pulled off one of the biggest rebrands in modern history. Just because it's shaped like a USB stick and it comes in neon colors and has all these fruity flavors like mango, pineapple, peach, doesn't mean it's any better than that smelly cigarette. Although cigarettes have more toxins and higher cancer risk, vapes have higher nicotine exposure. And another aspect is that cigarettes have a natural stopping point. You finish one and then you pause. Now, of course, you might pull out another cigarette, but at least that's another deterrent to prevent more smoking. But with a vape, you can just continually inhale. And although
That's
vapes
facts.
are just as bad and sometimes even worse than cigarettes, part of the reason why they had such great PR, especially when they first hit the scene, is because they weren't sold like drugs. They were more sold like tech products. They got a sleek design, minimalist branding, flavors that sound like smoothies, not substances. I mean, who wouldn't want to try mango peach or some other fruity tropical flavor that sounds like your favorite juice? And you see, vape.
I'm not gonna lie, them tropical like fruit flavors, they be tasting like shit. That should be nasty. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, bro. Yo, some of them vapes, bro. Oh my. Yo, who was showing it to me, bro? Somebody. Bro, yeah, bro. They be coming crazy now. Like I said, I can't judge people who vape or whatever the fuck people want to do. Like, if you want to do that, that's fine. But yeah, bro. I think the reason I stopped vaping, especially, was because it just didn't feel like anything anymore. Imagine you are like, you're dead ass doing some shit that is like it's not good for you, right? But these are all vices. Like, something about them makes it feel good. Like, you smoke weed, you get high, right? If you're not getting high, you're probably gonna be like, damn, this weed sucks, and you might just stop. Or, you know, you drink. Sometimes you might drink for fun. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you like sipping. That's cool too. Most of the time you drinking, you want to get that feeling, right? If I'm vaping, bro, or I'm like getting any nicotine in my body, I need that fucking head bust, bro. My head is not busting. Like, if I don't feel like I'm about to pass the fuck out and fall over, I don't want that shit, bro. Get that shit away from me. So that was my problem with that shit, bro. I was like, bro, this shit is not fucking hitting no more. That's a crazy little pause right there. But yeah, bro.
World under the guise of being the smoking alternative. It wasn't seen as a vice. And because vapes have less toxins, if someone saw you vaping, they'd think, oh, at least they're not using a cigarette. But see, the tricky part came into play, and I'm sure this is all by design, when vapes went from being viewed as less harmful to not harmful at all. And I mean, it's not hard to see how these big corporations can make this possible. Once upon a time, even doctors were promoting cigarettes.
You know, if you were to follow a busy doctor as he makes his daily round of calls, you'd find yourself having a mighty busy time keeping up with him. Time out for many men of medicine usually means just long enough to enjoy.
I'm trying my hardest not to pause, y'all.
And because they know what a pleasure it is to smoke a mild, good-tasting cigarette,
this is crazy.
They're particular about the brand they choose. In a repeated national survey, doctors in all branches of medicine, doctors in all parts of the country were asked, "What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?" Once again, the brand named most was Camel. Yes, according to this repeated nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette.
That's crazy.
Why not change to Camels for the next 30 days and see what a difference it makes in your smoking enjoyment?
And what adults and young people really need to understand is
that shit probably tastes like shit
super
too.
Deceptive. They don't follow any moral guidelines. They'll use misleading language to dumb down the severity of vaping.
Now, I will pause it here, right? I will pause it here. This is disgusting. That looks crazy. If I didn't see this shit on the side, the big old like juice bag, I would have thought this was like edibles. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say, bro. Oh yeah, with the fact that doctors were like promoting, not necessarily doctors, but they were able to market it to say like, yo, doctors were promoting smoking cigarettes, just goes to show why you cannot follow the crowd, bro. Everybody's doing something, it's just like not really like looked at, nobody really gives a fuck. That's not necessarily a good thing. That's exactly how I personally look at vaping.
Make flavors and use branding that matches your favorite candy, or make things like smart vape phones. I mean, these things.
Yeah, this is what I be seeing nowadays. This shit is crazy.
Call, text, and receive social notifications, games, phone locator, camera control, battery, and I mean, it's pretty obvious.
50K puffs.
50K. They know just how addicted young people are to their phones. They really said, let's just use the pre-existing addiction they already have to phones and just alley-oop, introduce a new addiction in there. Using one addiction to introduce a new addiction is just diabolical.
This nigga got nice teeth, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Why don't I try to de-influence you?
Yeah, Pete.
Did you know that one vaping pod can contain as much nicotine as 1 to 2 packs of cigarettes? Did you know that some daily vapers consume more nicotine than a pack-a-day smokers? Did you know that more than 25% of high school students have tried vaping? Did you know that nicotine exposure during adolescence can increase the risk of anxiety, depression, and attention disorders?
Of course.
Obviously, drug use is always going to be a losing game. Instead of facing and working through your problems head on, thinking you can resort to a drug as a stress reliever is only a detriment to yourself.
You got me, bro. Well, you see, I ain't so different from these vapors, man. I be trying.
Can't be trying to smoke and drink away all the pain and stress. Sometimes you really gotta just feel it. You gotta experience that pain because it builds character. And for anyone who feels like they're currently addicted to any sort of drug, I hope this next clip helps.
I was addicted to vaping nicotine for 3 years, and I had a really tough time quitting. And I was able to quit 4 years ago on this day because I employed 3 simple strategies. And
I'm not gonna lie, bro, this dude looks scary, bro. I don't know if I want to take advice from him. Like, yeah, he looking at me so hard right now. Eyes wide open.
And I want to talk to those in this video, and I think they're applicable to any addiction
Like,
that
he
you might
don't
be
look
struggling with.
right.
The
He
first
look like
strategy is
too
removing
normal.
myself from the situation. My biggest triggers were when I would
Dead
go to the
ass.
bars, when I would be drinking alcohol, and when I would be around other people that would be vaping. It was the hardest to quit in those situations.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I
of
decided that I
course.
would quit
No shit.
the winter break of my sophomore year of college because I was at home and I was out.
See, the problem is niggas is trying to convince me like they need to be doing some stupid shit like this to get their life together. This nigga, bro, is outside, it's freezing cold, he's in the freezing ice cold bath. Like, I'm all for cold showers and shit. This is unnecessary, bro.
Of all of those situations.
Like,
The second
bro, I can't
strategy
take you
that I
seriously.
employed is that you need to replace your dopamine.
I got an insane amount of dopamine from vaping, and I needed to get some
Yeah,
sort of
type
dopamine.
shit,
So
bro.
instead of vaping, I got really into fitness and focusing on my nutrition and focusing on going to the gym every single day. And that winter break, I was literally in the gym every single day, and getting dopamine from that was able to help replace the
To speed this shit up myself, bro. This nigga just won't, just yapping, bro.
dopamine that I was getting from vaping. And the third strategy is that you should track your progress. For me, I downloaded this app that told me how much money and how much time I was saving from not vaping, or the amount of days that I hadn't vaped for. And the money thing was huge for me, because I've always kind of been a thrifty and stingy person, and seeing that money stack up was so insane to see. And at the height of my vaping, I was buying a $20 vape every 4 days. So I was spending around $5 a day on vaping. And now, if I look at it, my app...
In the last 4 years,
Yo,
I saved
bro.
$9,300 from not vaping, which is almost as much money as I spent on my first car, and I spent $6,700 on my 3-month European backpacking trip. So not...
This nigga just said a whole lot of nothing, bro. Like, if I'm being for real, you go on any video on Instagram or YouTube, they gonna tell you the same shit. I can summarize this in 20 words. Nigga, stop going out. Nigga, like, stop buying vapes. And nigga got hobbies. That's all he needed to say.
only was I trading my health, not only was I trading my dopamine.
Yeah, I'm gonna just skip
this
that.
individual.
5-year-old MPS student forced to vape
Nah. Yo, they're
inside a school
wilding.
bathroom.
They were alerted to the
They're-
video on March 3rd.
If you're a grown-up, exercise your free will. If you're an older kid and vaping is what you choose to do, that's on you. But please do not give it to babies, bro. That is not a joking matter. Babies and little kids are a lot more fragile than you. I don't want to have to read about some baby passing away from being forced to vape. This video of a baby being made to vape was already sad enough as is. With that being said, though, if you made it this far, go ahead.
Oh god, that's crazy. Yo, man, I don't even know what to say about it. That was a wild ending. That ending went from really funny and stupid to like really sad really quick. That actually was like kind of. And look at this nigga's videos, bro, talking about the crisis. He just got nothing but crisis going on. Nigga, fear mongering. We're
Like, comment, subscribe.
end of times. Yo, but if y'all fuck with that vid, I'm gonna show credit. 4DShams. He does make some good videos. I'm gonna like the video. You gotta like the video. That was unnecessary, bro. Is that a good video though? I like that video. I definitely, broke it down. The vaping crisis. Niggas is vaping too much. Y'all wanna hear my idea on it? Stop vaping. That's my take on it. But let's go to